Eu, o past presidente, eu fui o presidente da gestão anterior. Consequentemente, a mesma composição do NAIE, nós temos aqui Melody, presidente do NAIE, do EMA, que engloba a Europa, lá, a África do Sul, Norte da África do Sul, o Norte da África e a África do Sul. Temos também o LATIR, aqui representado por Martim, que são os países da América do Sul, demais, excetuando o Brasil. Nós temos o RIA, que é a Austrália, e esse ano tivemos a criação de duas novas associações. EIEN, que foi criado e foi formalmente inaugurado no primeiro semestre, que é composto por Taiwan, Japão, Coreia do Sul, Indonésia, Tailândia, e recentemente, há uns 15 dias, a nova associação é o CEIEN, é o Sul da Ásia, que é encabeçado pela Índia. Aqui é o mapa, e aqui nós podemos ver com esse mapa a representatividade do COREL, de todas as entidades regionais, e nós vamos precisar atualizar, porque aqui no Sul, na Ásia, vamos precisar botar agora logo do CEIEN, que o presidente eleito é o Banu Gupta, da Índia. Bom, e qual é a finalidade do COREL? Ele visa facilitar a coordenação e cooperação entre os líderes internacionais dos grupos regionais que apoiam o programa de intercâmbio, facilitar a cooperação com Rotary Internacional, fazer avaliações voluntárias sobre os grupos regionais e outras entidades do programa. Como são suas reuniões? Bom, nós temos reuniões presenciais durante as conferências da ABIJ, onde nós tivemos a reunião presencial aqui, que na verdade foi híbrida, né? Desde a pandemia. Estamos fazendo esse formato para os demais componentes do COREL, que não estão presentes, e também podem assistir a nossa participar. No NAIE, em Mérida, em fevereiro, nós devemos ter a reunião presencial. No EMA, nós tivemos agora uma reunião presencial lá no Egito, e também durante a pré-convenção. Além dessa, nós temos reuniões virtuais, um calendário estabelecido com reuniões a cada 2 meses, e nós temos o grande suporte do nosso secretário do COREL, Terence Magnot, que está aqui no auditório. Bem, e depois, o que vem, né? Qual é a intenção? Então, o COREL deseja servir como conselho para os líderes internacionais do PIJ, aprender as melhores práticas e discutir temas e problemas regionais, discutir temas para as conferências regionais, coordenar e apropriar esses temas para que sirvam de referência, auxiliar regiões que ainda não estão organizadas a desenvolver suas associações, servir como voz de todos os chairmans do programa de intercâmbio, desenvolver e manter a padronização dos documentos para uma justa e efetiva administração dos intercâmbios e, por fim, servir como fonte primária internacional de recursos para os oficiais de intercâmbio. E dentro do COREL, nas nossas reuniões, foi criado um comitê de marketing. O comitê de marketing é composto por um integrante de cada uma daquelas entidades relacionadas anteriores, e ela é coordenada por Laura Brianza, que é a presidente do EMA. O comitê de marketing visa ser o caminho para estabelecer uma comunicação de 2 vias entre o COREL e os distritos, e vice-versa, né? Quer estabelecer 2 níveis de comunicação, um interno para os envolvidos no programa de intercâmbio e um externo direcionado para rotarianos e não rotarianos interessados em conhecer mais sobre o programa. E também visa harmonizar em nível global e dar suporte para as entidades, distritos e multidistritos que precisem de apoio. Bem, aqui nós temos uma mensagem de Laura, que ela não pôde estar presente, ela é presidente do EMA e atual coordenadora desse grupo de marketing.
Good morning to everyone. I'm really happy to be at ABIJ conference, although just with a video. And it is indeed important for us to create a consciousness about the role of the marketing committee in COREL. My colleagues on stage described to you what the mission and the vision of COREL are. And I will now tell you about what the marketing committee purpose is. Actually, we believe that the strong work and commitment we have been having in the past 2 years, working together and collaborating, and also creating a stronger connection with Rotary International, should be brought to the attention of all districts and multi-districts. It is indeed important to notify you that our work of finding the common lines which are spreading all over the world are indeed the common base for common progress and to make the program a better place and a safe place for our exchange students. One of the tasks of marketing committee is to make all districts and multi-districts know what COREL is, what COREL is doing, and also to be the line of communication from districts and multi-districts to representatives of COREL, so that common problems, common visions, and common ideas can be shared all over the world in order to progress and work together. The effort is absolutely and undoubtedly very, very great. But we need all of you to work with us and to cooperate. That is the reason why we are encouraging you to contact your regional leaders so that they can bring forward your ideas to COREL itself, and then have the possibility to work on new and fresh ideas for the future of our program. Thank you very much and hope to see you soon.
Obrigado, Paulo.
Alô?
Canta, Paulo.
Ok, obrigado. Bem, feita essa exposição do que seja o COREL, nós temos questionamentos aqui, umas perguntas, vamos iniciar um bate-papo aqui com Melody e Martim. Eu tenho falado devagar para ajudar aqui a tradução. Agradecer aqui Cláudia, ali, Melody vai falar um pouco devagar para que todo mundo possa depois facilitar na tradução. Melody, temos uma pergunta aqui a você. Você poderia nos dizer... Você pode nos dizer um importante tópico discutido nas reuniões do COREL este ano?
Most important is what language are we going to speak? Because we have, as you've seen from around the world, we have the leaders. I think one of the most important things that we tackled this year was GDPR. Because as many of you know, our exchanges were in jeopardy at one point because of the laws in Europe and the laws around the world. But because of our group, we were able to talk together and bring it and work with Rotary International, with Jesse and the entire team, so that I can say that we were able to do exchanges this year with a lot of, hello. We were really happy that they could go forward. So the GDPR was one of the biggest things that we conquered this year.
Obrigado, Melody. Martim, a mesma pergunta para você. Pode ser algo importante tópico que você acha deste ano ou desde a sua criação do COREL.
Well, in English, right?
Yes.
Okay. What I see it's been now almost 4 years that we've been working together, and I think that one of the most challenging things for us was to try to get representation of the world, of the whole world, of the whole Rotary Youth Exchange world. So we have regional groups already working, but then we have other new regional groups that we were starting to form as a group, and then we have other people who was working worldwide, but they were not like working together. So what this year, with the creation of IAN and now SCIEN, what we achieved is that we got the voice of those representatives of the world, okay? When we sit down and we work together with the RI Youth Protection Committee, okay? So I think that for us, it's one of the biggest achievements that we have, that we encourage people, okay, to work together as a big worldwide network, okay? And the other important thing that we are working on too now, it's an uniform youth exchange agreement, okay, so that every district in the world that belongs to a regional group, okay, has the same, okay, agreement between chairmen. So that goes for a more specific understanding between districts and between chairmen, okay? So I think that's one other important issue, okay, that we have been working on, and that it adds value, okay, to the task of the chairman in every district.
Bem, obrigado. Se alguém tiver pergunta também do auditório, pode perguntar. Enquanto não tiver, eu vou fazer uma outra aqui. Melody?
In English or in Portuguese?
In Portuguese. So, Melody.
Sorry, just a minute.
She's talking to you.
Okay. So, I'll talk in English, then you can say. What about RI? Do you think that the creation of the COREL group was well received by them? Do you think that the RI see COREL as an ally? So, eu perguntei a ela o que ela acha que o Rotary Internacional pensa sobre o COREL, como eles veem o COREL.
Was that a question that, do I think that RI is an ally now with COREL? Yes. Boy, I heard that 3 different ways. I think, and Jessie's sitting here and she doesn't know I'm gonna say this, but I think that this group was so lucky to be able to form the group that they were trying to originally. And that was to have another youth exchange council. The group that we have now with all the regional leaders, I believe is so much stronger individually, with ABIJ, with Nayan, with Ian and XYZ and whatever we have. But we have got RI's ear, and they are working. Not only are we working with them, we're working together. It's a partnership. It's not us against them or them against us. This has allowed us to really work with Rotary and with Rotary to work with us.
Obrigado, Melody. Martim, ainda sobre o relacionamento com o Rotary Internacional, você pode nos dizer se o COREL pode ser conselheiro ou assessor do Rotary Internacional para o assunto do intercâmbio? O que você acha?
Yes, what I see is that more than a counselor or advisor, as Melody said, I think that we are more like partners. We like to see it that way. With a partner, you share ideas, you discuss things, you share know-how, you share knowledgement, and I think that's where the energy, the collaboration energy is. So with a partner, you get more things, more added value than with a counselor or with an advisor. And that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to work together, okay, in different issues, in different matters, but as partners, okay, putting or throwing in there the best that we got and that we think that's going to be best for the Rotary Youth Exchange program.
But we don't always get along. Trust me. Going with the GDPR last year was a hassle. But the wonderful thing is that we have to understand is Rotary set up the Youth Advisory Board, which is about the youth programs. And what they're doing is amazing. They're doing things that the old folks here can't do, like work with technology and create new things. But more importantly, what we are doing with Rotary is helping them come up with the programs that are important to us to run the program. Like how to work with host families, how do we get through this youth protection, which is just a quagmire, but we're working together. So we each have important roles, the youth advisory, and then us old folks in COREL.
Bem, obrigado. Se houver alguma pergunta do auditor. Oh, Bárbara.
Can I ask a question?
Okay, it has to be on the microphone.
Okay. Hi, I'm Barbara from the Netherlands. Jesse was talking about how to get the young people more involved. Would it be a nice idea if COREL also has a place for Rotex?
Wow.
Well, that's not no. Yes, it's a great idea. And I know that in NAN, we have brought in a Rotex into our organization. So again, it's going up that ladder that Jesse told us about earlier. Baby steps, hey, we're just getting up, we've just gotten a whole new world organized. But that's a great idea. Thanks, Barbara.
Yes, and Barbara, I think that we are, we know that they are, and we consider them like also our young partners and the best helpers, okay, that we can have. In many districts, most of the Rotex programs help the Youth Exchange Committee in the camps, okay, in the orientation meetings, and for us it's some way to reach the students that we adults and now it's probably harder for us. So like in different regional groups, we are having also meetings along with the regional meetings, such as here in ABIJ. They're held in a Rotex conference, okay, in parallel to this meeting. We do it also in Latir. So it's like starting to share and to build that relationship between us, because they are like a key part to our program, okay? That's what we will see.
Obrigado, Martim. Nós temos ainda pouco de tempo. Se não vem outra pergunta do auditório, vou fazer uma nova para Melody, ainda em português. Então, Melody, Nayen tem 3 países, tem muitos distritos. O que você pode nos dizer sobre como esse distrito veio ao COREL? Como você pode dizer para os chairman brasileiros aqui sobre o suporte que eles dão para o COREL?
I think that NAN has got an extraordinary organization chart, and it has to do with the people before me, because trust me, that's not me. We have 166 districts in 3 countries, and we have 18 directors, excuse me, 18 directors that cover each one of those districts. So when we have our meetings, which we do, our board of directors, we take the information and disseminate it to the regional directors, and they hand it down to the districts. It's a great way to get organized. I know that Brazil has now come together with their districts. They're having meetings, as a group. I know that Latir is as well. So it is a matter of organization, but the most important thing is communication. If you don't talk to your partners and if you don't talk to your districts and they've got problems, you don't know about it, nobody else knows about it. You know, it's the old adage, why didn't you tell me that you were having a problem with your family? Because nobody says anything. Our job is to communicate, and that's what COREL has been doing, and that's what NAN, the way that we started it. Thanks.
Obrigado, Melody. Martim, a mesma pergunta para você, que agora é o Latir.
Well, we are like 10%. We have 10% of your districts. We're getting there, but like we as Latir, we went from a learning and friendship meeting, which was called YEPAUCH, because YEPAUCH gathered only 4 countries, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Chile. And we moved to a bigger and to a regional group kind of format. And now we have added Bolivia, we have added Ecuador, we have added Colombia, Peru, and Venezuela, okay? We have 2 Rotary zones working together, okay? 23B and 25A. We got 9 countries involved. And out of 17 districts, 15 districts are members of Latir. So I think that's the value we added to our work, okay? Working as a network, okay? I remember that we were in these meetings, about meetings, we have us and then a lot of Brazilian friends coming to our meetings looking for places, and we started talking together, and they told us how you did things and about ABIJ, and we started moving on that direction, moving forward. And now we're here, okay, with 9 countries, with a regional group, working together. Most of the chairpersons of the group have different tasks in the Latin organization. So everyone is always contributing, okay, and trying to share knowledge. That's what we want here.
Bem, obrigado. Nós temos menos de 5 minutos. Dá tempo de fazer mais uma pergunta aqui. Melody, você pode nos dizer um exemplo de como o COREL pode auxiliar o Rotary Internacional?
Well, I think Rotary International has stepped forward and is working with us on this task. We have done leaps and bounds, I think, in the last 2 years to really have this openness, and Jesse sitting there going, yes, so I think that it's okay. It's just communication again. And I think there's a lot of information, there's too much information, really. But RI can work with us and helping us know that they're working on GDPR, and they're helping us. The most important thing is they're helping us with new promotional tools that if we start taking a look at them, they're invaluable. So that's how Rotary can work with us. And whatever you all need from Rotary, talk to Jessie. I heard I'm sure her contact information is someplace, but seriously, reach out to your YEO. You can reach out to your COREL director, and so on and so forth. But it is a great organization. We started to get together. And I want to say one thing before, I don't know what their timing is, but our secretary, Terrence McNaughton, he is a taskmaster. And if he hadn't been honest for the last 15 or 10 years, no, if he hadn't been honest, we would not be this organized. So thank you, Terrence.
It's right there. He won't stand up, but he's right there.
Stand up, Terrence.
Terrence? Ok. Ana, quanto tempo? Ainda tem tempo? 3 minutos. Uma última pergunta. Melody, para você. Você pode nos dizer um exemplo Martim.
Yeah. Thank you.
Irmão Martim. Você pode nos dizer qual assunto seria possível para ser discutido no COREL nas reuniões do próximo ano?
Well, this is I think what you know it better than me, but this is like the most challenging program I think that ABIJ has because it's always, we are finding new things every day. We work with more than 6,000 young people around the world, and everything is a challenge. Every person also, it's a challenge for us, and we need to give those young people new opportunities, and that's up to us if we open up opportunities for them, and that's what you do every day. Challenges, well, mental health, I think it's one of the most important issues right now that we are going to have to discuss as in COREL, but with all the feedback that we pick up from the district chairmen that are the ones that are there every day dealing with these kind of issues. And then, well, as you say, diversity, inclusion, as Chris said before, equity, we have to really work on that, and we have to throw those things as leaders on the table so that we can move forward, right? I think those are the topics that are gonna come now that we have to discuss.
I think one thing that we have to do as leaders is we have to work with RI and give them data. If we don't tell them how many kids are going home or why we're sending them home, I do care about submitting the names and everything. But I think it's important for us to get the information on the early returns, and there's only one way to do it, and that's reporting.
Bom, obrigado. Já esgotamos o tempo, nós temos mais perguntas, mas vamos encerrar por aqui. Agradecer Melody, agradecer Martim e todos os demais. Muito obrigado.